Most people are slaves to their emotions. They explode when someone says the wrong thing. They get offended when someone doesn't agree. They feel wounded by small looks and small words, and they let these little things grow into big storms inside them. They replay an insult for days. They carry a comment like a heavy stone in their chest. They hold on to what happened 5 years ago. They bring the past into every conversation, every day. Their peace is at the mercy of someone else's actions. One text message can ruin their mood. One misunderstanding can ruin their week. One opinion can make them question themselves. This is how most people live: reactive, fragile, and tired from constant emotional battles. But you can choose a different way. You can decide that you will not be moved so easily, that your peace will be untouchable, that nothing anyone says or does will pull you from your center. It begins with a single choice: the choice to stop taking everything personally, to stop believing every action is about you, to stop thinking people's moods are your responsibility. When you master this, you become dangerous in the best way, because you are no longer easy to control. Most people can be manipulated with approval and disapproval. One compliment and they will follow you. One criticism and they will collapse. But when you stop needing either, you take back your power. You walk through the world like a calm mountain. Storms may rage around you, but you do not move. People may throw words at you, but they do not land. They may try to provoke you, but you remain steady. This is not weakness. This is not coldness. This is strength. Strength that comes from knowing yourself so well. No one else can tell you who you are. Strength that comes from building an inner life so solid, the outer world cannot shake it. Most people's emotions are like a small boat on the ocean. Every wave knocks them off balance. A good day lifts them high. A bad day sinks them low. They never control the boat. The waves do. You must become the captain. You must decide when to raise the sail, when to drop the anchor, and when to glide silently. This means you control your response, and response is everything. When something happens, there is the event, and then there is your reaction. Most people blur the two together. They think the event causes the feeling, but it is the reaction that creates the feeling. Someone cuts you off in traffic. That is the event. You choose to shout, curse, and replay it all day. That is the reaction. You could just as easily choose to breathe. Let it go and continue your day. The event is the same. The feeling changes because your choice changes. This is where real control lives, not in controlling the world, not in controlling other people, but in controlling yourself. Because when you control yourself, no one else can. People will still test you. They will push your boundaries. They will project their anger onto you. They will try to involve you in their drama. You can let them, or you can refuse to play. You can say to yourself, "This is their storm. I will not step into it." You can choose stillness instead of reaction, calm instead of chaos, strength instead of weakness. When you master this, people will notice. They will wonder why you don't get upset. They will try harder to provoke you, because your calm makes them uncomfortable. Do not fall for it. Their discomfort is not your responsibility. Their opinions do not define you. Their approval is not your fuel. You must feed yourself from within, and the way you do that is by knowing your own value. When you know your value, insults lose their power. When you know your value, rejection is just redirection. When you know your value, silence becomes strength, not weakness. Think about the last time you reacted quickly. What did it cost you? Maybe you said something you regretted. Maybe you burned a bridge. Maybe you gave someone the satisfaction of knowing they got under your skin. That is too expensive. Your peace is too valuable to hand away so easily. You must protect it like a treasure. Not everyone deserves access to your emotions. Not everyone has earned the right to see you vulnerable. You decide who enters your inner world. You decide what words you give meaning to. Most people think strength is loud, but true strength is silent. It is the ability to walk away instead of arguing. It is the ability to keep your voice calm when others shout. It is the ability to choose your battles. You do not have to fight every war you are invited to. In fact, most battles are not worth your energy. When you start protecting your peace, you will lose people good. Good, those were the ones feeding off your reactions. They needed you to be weak so they could feel strong. When you stop reacting, you starve them. You show them you cannot be played. This is not arrogance. This is self-respect. And self-respect changes the way you move through the world. You stop chasing after explanations. You stop apologizing for being yourself. You stop over-explaining your decisions. You understand that those who truly know, you do not need constant proof. And those who doubt you will doubt you no matter what you say. So you stop trying to please them instead. You focus on your mission. You build, you create, you grow, while others waste their days in endless emotional drama. You invest your time in something bigger. You let the small things slide. You let the noise pass. You keep your eyes on the horizon. This is how leaders are made, not by reacting to every opinion, but by staying fixed on a vision that matters more than the chatter. If you wish to stand out, master this, because most people will never do it. They are addicted to reaction. They need to feel offended. They want to feel like the victim. It gives them a strange sense of importance. But you are different. You do not need to be the victim. You do not need to win every argument. You do not need everyone to like you. You only need to live in a way that aligns with your values, and your highest value is peace. Peace is not passive. It is power under control. It is the ability to destroy, but the wisdom not to it is the strength to let things be without letting them break you. When you have peace, you think clearly. When you have peace, you make better decisions. When you have peace, you see through manipulation, and because of this, you win, not by force, but by mastery. You win because you refuse to lose your mind over things that do not matter. You win because you save your energy for what does matter. Imagine living this way. Imagine waking up and knowing nothing can disturb you unless you allow it. Imagine walking into any room, any conversation, and staying centered. Imagine hearing criticism and not feeling the need to defend yourself. Imagine someone's anger washing over you like water off stone. This is not fantasy, this is practice. It is built day by day, choice by choice. You begin by noticing when you react. Then you pause, you breathe. You ask yourself, is this worth my energy? Most of the time, the answer is no. So you let it go. And every time you do, you grow stronger. Every time you choose peace over reaction. You add another brick to the wall that protects your mind. Soon, your peace becomes your default. You no longer get pulled into every argument. You no longer feel the need to explain yourself. You no longer get upset over things you cannot control, and people will see it. They will call you cold. They will call you detached. Let them. They cannot understand a freedom they have never tasted. Because once you master this, you are free. Free from the need to please. Free from the fear of rejection. Free from the control of other people's opinions. And with that freedom comes focus. The focus to build the life you want. The focus to pursue your vision without being pulled into distractions. The focus to rise while others are busy reacting. You become rare. You become unshakable. And in a world where everyone is looking for someone to provoke, you become the one who cannot be moved. That is the kind of strength no one can take from you. And that is the kind of strength that will carry you to the life you were meant to live. Most people let small things ruin their peace. A word, a look, a comment, and they carry it. For years, they react to every little thing. They take everything personally. But imagine being different, calm, strong, in control. You don't get shaken. You don't need approval. Nothing gets under your skin. You hear an insult. It passes. You see disrespect. You stay calm. You choose your battles. You refuse to fight every war. You protect your peace like treasure. You decide who enters your inner world. Not everyone earns that right. Strength is not loud. It's not shouting. It's walking away. It's keeping your voice steady. It's staying focused on your mission. Most people are addicted to reaction. You can be addicted to peace. Peace is not weakness. It's power under control when you have it. You win without fighting. You build while others argue. You rise while others waste time. You become unshakable, and no one can take that from you.